Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. So it seems to be Rick Ross just figured out how to keep Drake out of his mouth and brain his business after he got hopped by Drake's thugs for slighting Drake in his old neighborhood of Toronto. Rick Ross, as of late, got hauled into the untidy quarrel among Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and he was 100% Group Kendrick. Yet he could have taken it so far in light of the fact that Drake's kin in Toronto were not ready to take that BS from Rick, and they had all the smoke for him. Well, Rick Ross isn't able to let this slide. He safeguarded himself via web-based entertainment, and it appears as though he may be attempting to get back at Drake. Young lady, we're seeing another rodent hamburger explode. And trust me, when I say this, it's regarding to be one major wreck. Rick Ross has consistently disapproved of Drake, yet this ongoing round of show began during Kendrick's problem with Drake. It's like portion of the business favored Kendrick over Drake, including Rick Ross. Well, to be fair, Drake tossed the first shots at Rick in quite a while detuned push-ups, where he hauled Kendrick for rottenness. He said, "I could take your most recent young lady and sleeve her like I'm Ricky." Can't really accept that he bouncing in this ninja turn 50 each tune that made it on the graph he got from Drizzy Spen. That little look at you got and remain up my business. Well, for self-evident reasons, Rick won't bring this line down. He dropped his own diss track against Drake, Champagne Minutes, in which he uncovered Drake utilizing a phantom rider. However, he didn't stop there, since he moreover disgraced Drake for being a sissy, saying, "Get him, don't stroll up on me cuz the clasp is Foley Ninja's P would rather not push me. I'm similar to Truly Woody in that I like his moves." However, he never needed to battle in school and generally ran one more ninja needed to compose your depressions. Stream is reordered. Wheezy gave you the juice. One more white kid at the recreation area needs to hang with the group for the people who, some way or another, don't realize there have been numerous charges from individuals in the business that Drake isn't really dark. He has a bright white passing appearance, and some appear to hold this against him, particularly given his incessant utilization of the nerd. In addition, there's likewise the claim that Drake is a success. This isn't simply something that fans say in light of the fact that many fans likewise feel that Drake doesn't have the common macho picture, mostly because of his conduct. There are likewise lengthy tales proposing that Drake is hush, and truly, he sort of gives a lively energy. Rick Ross additionally joked with him after Kendrick's backtack disses, and he requested that Drake resign. "I simply need to make this unmistakable white kid. They said you said in the event that you were a little kid, you promised you would have been captured. Whoever composed that for you, put more thought into that white kid. It's your scholars, anything message. You meant them? That wasn't how they were expected to do that. And as an essayist, when it comes to you getting to eliminate yourself from that white kid, that wasn't the line right there." Well, Rick chose to make it a stride further, and he played Kendrick's Dislike Us at a new show in Toronto. The tune has been a social hit, and TerraGP Henson even did a standard at the BAT. Grant's Kendrick even played out the melody before a gigantic group who sang it in exactly the same words, and Rick Ross plainly needed to get in on the activity. Yet he picked some unacceptable spot on the grounds that everybody realizes that Drake is cherished in Toronto, and Rick Ross got bounced. Music going this way is humiliating for himself, and he got taunted. Drake seemed to endorse Rick getting hopped on the grounds that he preferred a video showing the occurrence. Rick then attempted to hide any hint of failure, saying, "I thought they were jug young men," yet knowing Rick Ross is presumably not going to end there in light of the fact that you all realize that he generally must have the last say. He isn't the sort of individual to simply allow this to go unaddressed, and you all better lock in light of the fact that this is going to be long, fans remarked. Rick Ross was calling Drake a white kid, then got him in his security, beat up by a lot of white young men. Interesting how the world functioned. Rick Ross called Drake's plane old. He wound up in a plane accident. He called Drake a white kid. He got smacked directly upside the head by a white kid. Perhaps he ought to simply don't bother Drake. Rick Ross got hopped by white men in Canada who continued to call him a ninja while it was going on. That is really a L for Drake to convolute to make sense of. However, when white men begin hopping rappers to protect your honor, that isn't something to be glad about, young lady. This is a wreck. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.